Hello, sleepy friends. So I'm getting ready to go to work. Got my naps blanket. Um, I don't know if that's backwards or not. I'll have to look in the replay. Anyway, sitting on the floor, got my Friday braids and hat on, my More Love shirt, ready to go to work. I wanted to do another video for my What Happens If I Don't series. I spent a lot of time alone growing up without guidance and never really found my way for a lot of things. A lot of things just didn't come easy to me. And my best learning comes from just trying things. So I just started asking myself the question, what happens if I don't? I have a couple of these already in the videos tab on Facebook, or if you're watching this on my YouTube channel, on the channel itself, you can find more of these. So this one is, what happens if I don't freak out? I used to be very reactionary, like the sky is falling, Chicken Little-ish. I always looked for the problem. I told myself it was because that's the way my brain works. It's always looking for solutions. And the reality was that it was always looking for problems. And so I found them over and over and over again. So changing something about yourself is really hard. It takes noticing there's something that needs to be changed or that you want to change, and then figuring out how to make it different. And certain things can take years, like from the first idea that you have, like, okay, I don't want to react to everything. My adrenaline spikes, my POTS goes crazy, and I end up needing a nap, or dealing with a stomach ache, or once you have that pit of anxiety in your stomach, like something happens and you start thinking about it, right? So all your thoughts form these connections inside of your brain and activate your sympathetic nervous system. This is fight, flight, freeze, or fawn. And when you do that, you are flooding your system with adrenaline and cortisol to help you get through the crisis. It's like your body's defense mechanism. So, perfect example, very recently, June 26th, my car was stolen from in front of my house. And I didn't freak out. Like, I yelled, "My car's been stolen," and I slammed the door. But after that, like, the first variables that my brain went to was, oh, thank goodness I bought that gap insurance for my lease. Oh, thank goodness we have great car insurance with a $500 deductible. Oh, thank goodness they didn't come in the house and hurt us. Like, they came in the house and took my key. I must not have been too far away from the car when I hit the lock button, and they used the garage door opener to get in my house. So we have, California is a very big problem with homelessness, and unfortunately a large percentage of those people are addicted to drugs, and the theft is off the chain, and I should have been more careful. And fortunately, I'm here to tell you that I'm going to be more careful in the future for sure. Because I got lucky. I only had my car stolen. Like, how many people, right, are going through so many things that are just so bad in the world right now? And I just lost my car. I had to Uber for a month. The insurance company's gonna give me back the money for that. And my gratitude is coming out of my eyeballs right now, because I'm just so grateful that it was just that was the worst of it. So CHP recovered my car in only 8 days. Still had most of the gas in it, and it was in great shape. And then through a series of unfortunate events, it went to an impound lot and then to an auction lot for storage. And they said there wasn't that much wrong with it. So they brought it to my house, where they punctured my oil pan, leaking oil all over my driveway, which is about 100 feet long because I'm in a townhouse complex. So it's not just me, it's my neighbors. Covered, like everybody had to drive through it. They didn't even put down any absorbent or anything. So I didn't freak out. I just sent pictures to my insurance agent, and when no help was forthcoming from them, I took care of it. I just cleaned it up. Like, what am I gonna do? Am I gonna like throw myself into a tailspin because people aren't doing what they're supposed to do? No, but I can write a letter, I can make a phone call, and if that doesn't work, then you just gotta deal with it. I mean, living a life with chronic illness, you get to the point where you're just like, whatever, it's just something I have to do. I just have to. Like, I've done everything I could to make it different, and this is the way it is. And I continue to learn things, even with my illness, like little things to try. After my skin debacle, which was horrible, you can read about that on my blog, goingbeyondcoping.com. There's a post about urticaria hives, which is what the second dermatologist said it was. I had to see 5 specialists before I got it under control. But since then, I started maca powder for my thyroid, which had gone hypo during a emotional whatever imbalance in all my hormones. And maca powder balances the hormones. It's not a replacement, it's an adaptogen. So if you have too much, it helps lower it. If you have too little, it helps restore it. But it doesn't create it, it just helps you create it. And collagen peptides, I'm doing those because of the hives. I thought, support the skin. And I was able to get off the Zantac and Zyrtec that I was taking twice a day, and back on my grass-fed dairy and not hiving up. No hives. I have them every now and again. I eat too much chocolate and kicks them off or whatever, so they just back off on the histamine-rich stuff and they get back under control. So what happens if I don't freak out is that it gives me the headspace to figure out what to do. So when something happens, if you head first to the best part of it, right? Like, no matter what it is, you get fired from your job, the best part is you have an opportunity to find something else that's really terrific. And cling to that while you redo your resume and get ready to, hit the streets or whatever and find another job. If you have a relationship end, think to yourself, now you have the opportunity to find someone who would be more appropriate for you. Because relationships ending rarely has anything to do with you as a person and everything to do with the fact that that person and you weren't the best together. You just didn't bring out the best in each other. And you have the opportunity to keep looking for someone who does bring out the best in you. It took me a long time to realize that one too. All of these lessons have taken me forever. I didn't even really know what happiness was until I was 41, sorry. And then since then I've been able to find peace and calm and understanding and empathy out the wazoo. And boundaries, super important. Start a boundary for yourself. Next time something happens where you would normally freak out, ask yourself, what happens if I don't? And that's how you find your way to coping. Check out my blog, again, goingbeyondcoping.com. I'm on Facebook on the Positively Narcolepsy page and in the Positively Narcolepsy group, where we talk about solutions and laughter and understanding with each other. No whining or moaning. YouTube, Going Beyond Coping is the name of the channel, no spaces. That's it, 10 minutes. I'll be back with some more of these. What happens if I don't?